Welcome to the Sunset Talk. Today we're gonna talk about um, my electrical system, my solar panels, and all of that, but also about my water system. How do I shower and stuff like that? And then about big cities, how to do when I go to visit places like that, how to do for parking and for sleeping. If you have any other questions or any other subject to bring to for next week, just go to the comments below and write whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to know. Don't be shy. For those who haven't seen my electrical system, I have two solar panels, 100 watts each, and all my electricity comes from there. My solar battery is not connected to my car, so all my electricity comes from the sun. And for that I have a 100 amperes battery. As you can see, that since I live in my van, I produced already 150 kilowatts. That is a lot. And everything I do, all these the charge from the camera batteries, from the computer to edit the video, everything comes from the sun. All my electricity, everything comes from the sun. So it is quite amazing, and it is at some level very surprising. At the beginning I wasn't completely sure about how it would work, and it is much better than I ever believed. And that's why I want to put someday 200 more watts of solar panels. Everything in my van is ready for it, and maybe even buy another battery, have twice the power I have with my AGM 100 amperes battery. And so my advice for the ones who are thinking about doing something like this is, don't think twice, do it, because it is really good. Even sometimes, you see, today it's very cloudy, I'm still producing power, and after 2 days like this, sometimes can be a little bit difficult, and every day I need to think about it. I need to control my electrical consumption, but it's not a big deal, and 80% of the time is more than enough. I don't need to. I always check every day, but I don't need to. Everything works just perfect. In the winter I need to be a little bit more careful, but in the winter I need much less electricity as well, because of my refrigerator. In the winter I don't need to have it on all the time. During the night I shut it down without any problem. And then so just go for it and invest in solar. Even if you don't live in a van the way I do for a home, it's can be a little bit expensive at the beginning, but works very well, and I think it's the future, because the sun is there, and that's the way we should go as citizens of this world, is to use those great things we have to produce the power we need, and we are needing more and more power. Everything has a battery nowadays, and I have lots of them, all the things to charge, the drone, the cameras, and everything comes from my solar panels, everything, and I'm very, very happy with it. My shower and all my water system is very simple. I have no pumps, so when I build everything I didn't want it to spend electricity for having water. So I have my water tank on the roof, everything works perfect and very easy. And for the winter, because I've always been a little bit afraid of the water getting freeze, needs to be very, very cold, below 10 or something like that, the water to get a big piece of ice. That never happened to me. I've been in places around -8, 7, 9, I think around maybe even 10. And of course gets ice inside, but not rock solid ice. I always use some kind of treatment with the water, something that you can buy in every camping store. I put a little bit when I fill the tank, and I fill the tank when it's something I got used to it in my daily life. I'm always looking where to find the things I need, and with the water is one of the most important, so I'm always looking where to fill my tank, and I'm always, every day I follow my consumption so I can always have water. Oh. And in Europe it's very easy to find water. Almost any gas station has water, and then there are places, this one is perfect because there's free water. Just put my van there and fill it. I'll do it before I leave this place. And then my tap comes directly from the water tank for the water I need inside to cook and wash dishes and stuff like that. And for my shower I also use that tank with a 12 volts pump that I just put inside, and it works very, very well. Because then, starting in May, April, the water starts to get warm. Now in the summer, sometimes I need to even be a little bit careful because it can get very, very warm, too much even. But everything works well. It's a very simple system and works very well. The day I'll do improvements on my van, I will change a few things, but I don't think I'll change the base of the system I have now, because it's very simple and very useful. Then the only thing is maybe to find a way, and it's easy to do, to don't let the water freeze if I want to go to very, very cold places. But it's something that I'm not thinking about now, and especially not now in the summer. And then about going to big cities and to park. My van is a small van, so things are not very difficult. I just park like any other car. In some countries, especially Italy, it's very difficult because all the old cities are close to foreign cars. You just cannot go there. They have cameras in every street and they take a picture, and if you don't have an Italian plate, you'll get a fine for it. So I have hundreds of fines from Italy. Anyway, I just go there anyway because I have no choice. I cannot spend a week in a place. Well, I can, but it's not very comfortable to spend a week in a place, leaving the van very far and then take transport to... I live in a van so I can go there and stay where I want to be. So I just go and park where any other car will park, and I'll sleep inside the same way, because when I go to a big place I only stay for 2 nights, 3 days, maybe 3 nights, 4 days, something like that. So I just park and I pay the parking if I need to, and that's it. So I don't try to complicate too much. I do the same way I would do with a normal car without living inside. There's no law saying that I cannot sleep inside my car. If the car is well parked, everything is possible. And never had any kind of problem. The biggest problem in big cities is, especially because I have my bicycle on the outside, I'm always afraid someone can steal it. But even that, after more than 1 year, never happened. Well, one time someone tried to rob it, but I was inside the van, so I was lucky as well. And the guy was very unlucky. But till now everything works well, and some things we don't we cannot think too much about it. We just do it and that's it. The improvements I want to do in my van, I want to make more room inside, so I can do that as well. Take my bicycle and put it inside when I leave my van somewhere in a big city, and makes easier to park as well, because I have like half a meter, so it's gonna be easier to park. My van is on the limit. In some cities, places like Athens, even my van is almost impossible to find a place to park. Too many cars there, and only a few places. So most of the time I always need to park a little bit outside and take my bicycle or walk. And that's another solution that I do sometimes, depending where I am. If I cannot park, I do that. I leave my van a little bit outside in some safe place, or some place that seems to be safe, and I walk, or I'll take the bicycle to visit the places I'm going to. So I guess that's it for this week's Sunset Talk. Hope you have a very, very nice evening. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and of course put your thumbs up. See each other again very soon. Take care.